Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It looks like, okay, so I think the case number might be CM 2025000033 and CM 2024000002. All right, so I'm going to honor that bond of $500 that they're requesting, cash or secured. I'm going to set a hearing on December 2nd at 9 a.m. I'm going to appoint. Thank you. You said going to appoint Jill Gookin to represent you. All right, sir. So you're being held in a $500 cash and secured bond. Jill Gookin will be your attorney. You've got court on December 2nd at 9 a.m. All right, sir? You're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Sir, your name?
Garrett Bills?
All right, Mr. Beals. All right, Mr. Beals, I'm just seeing you on this is a review hearing for a Maricopa County case. I'm going to set a review hearing on December 24th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
to see what happens with Maricopa County, sir. All right. You're also being held on a felony and a Tucson City Court case. All right.
Okay.
All right, sir. You're excused. Hey, Sean.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning,
Lovely to say that for the first time ever.
Sean.
What's your name down there, please?
Mr. Moore.
Yeah,
All right. Will you please state your full name for the record?
small one.
All right, Mr. Moore. We're going to go over your charges, but first, you've got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. I'll be appointing an attorney in your case, and you have an attorney sitting right next to you to assist you right now. If you're released from jail and do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Trial could go forward in your absence. All right, sir? All right, before we discuss the charges and your release conditions, I've reviewed information from pretrial services, from law enforcement. I've read the prosecutor's request, and I will listen to your counsel, okay? Give me 1 second to pull up your file now. All right, my inclination was to hold Mr. Moore on a $5,000 cash or secured bond on the charges of extreme DUI, criminal damage, and aggravated assault on a police officer. That's CR 2501610. Did either party wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm worried that the fact that no interview could be conducted and no additional information can be provided to the court in the report is going to adversely affect your decision here. I'd like to continue this until this evening.
If that's okay with Mr. Moore, that's okay with me.
One moment, please, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Moore agrees he'd like to wait till tonight.
Will do. I will continue this until tonight at, I think it's 7 PM.
It is.
Hopefully, Sean, you can let the office know to get some information for Mr. Moore.
I will do that.
All right, sir, you're excused. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Jail, do we have any Spanish speakers? I believe Pedro is on the line waiting to make sure we don't. Sorry, Pedro.
No.
All right, Pedro, I'll see you in court. You can be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is this Mr. No's first? No, yes, it is. No, it's not. Never mind. Okay, it's fine. I'll just pop, yeah. Mr. No? Please, sir, please state your name. Oh, hey, Sean, you're still muted, man. Hey, Sean, you're still muted. There you go. Thanks. Mr. No, please state your name.
Alexander Ludwig, no.
All right, Mr. No, I'm seeing you on CR 25013-137. This is the case out of Sierra Vista. Just a review hearing, sir. I'm going to schedule this to December 24th at 9 a.m. I know you're being held there on a felony as well as a DOC hold. So you'll come back on December 24th, unless Sierra Vista is taking care of this matter. All right, sir?
All right.
All right, sir. You're excused. Ma'am, please state your name.
Aaron?
All right. Is this Aaron Brett?
Yes.
Dale, do we have individuals behind Miss Brett, behind the partition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Jail. All right, Miss Brett and those who can't see me but who will soon, this is your initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges, but first, you all have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some instances, an attorney might be appointed for you. If you are released from jail and do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before I go over your release conditions, know that I've reviewed information provided from law enforcement as well as information from the court's own file. All right, Ms. Brett, I'm seeing you on CR 25016-018. This is one count of criminal damage occurring on November 23rd. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear, ma'am, as long as you will abide by not having any contact with any of the alleged victims. Can you do that?
Well, the victims are my daughters and they do live with me. One of them only lives there part-time and the other's an adult though. So
How,
would I need to have them stay somewhere else?
how old, how, let me take a look here, ma'am. How old are your daughters?
15 and 21.
How old is Brielle?
15.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Barella offered you the ability to live with her. Would that be possible?
Not for me. My 21-year-old probably could stay with her, but for me, because of work and the animals in the house, I have to be there.
Um, could Brielle live with your sister?
She could. She lives with her dad half the time.
Okay,
She could stay with her dad as well.
all right, let's do that. So because the court doesn't have any input from Brielle, I can't allow you to have contact with her. This is effectively an order of protection that basically your daughter has filed. She hasn't. We don't have any input from her, but I can't allow you to have contact with her. So for now, you can't have contact with her. At your next court hearing on December 4th, you can ask the judge to modify that. All right. And it's possible that the judge will do such thing. Okay, Ms. Brett?
Okay, got it.
So I'll release you on your promise to appear at court on December 4th at 10:30 a.m. in front of Judge Foreman, Pima County Justice Court. All right, ma'am?
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you, Your Honor.
You're excused. Ma'am, would you please state your name?
Oh, Deacons.
Thank you. All right, ma'am, I'm seeing you on a matter out of Sarita Municipal Court. This is on looks like a failure to pay a fine. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at court on December 30th at 8:30 a.m. Please get this taken care of, okay, ma'am?
I will.
All right, ma'am, you're excused.
Thank you.
Was Dickens for all three cases?
Give me 1 second, Vale. Hold on. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you, JL. The court here just let me know that, yeah, that was, the Sarita was for all three cases. It was just one Sarita court for all three cases.
Thank you.
Thank you, JL. Please state your name.
Ryan Hickerson.
All right, Mr. Hickerson. I'm seeing you on CR 25016-017, one count of domestic violence assault. occurring on November 23rd. If I release you, can you avoid Michelle Stewart? Can you not go back to the incident location?
Yes.
I'll release you on your promise to appear. You'll have court on December 4th at 10:30 in the morning. You can't have contact with her, okay? I know I just asked you if you'd stay away from her, but you can't have contact with her. You can't go to the incident location. If you do and the police are called, that will be another charge against you, as well as even if you just showed up there. You understand, sir?
Yes.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Leslie Beyonce,
Please state your name. Mr. Leslie, give me 1 second. All right, Mr. Leslie, you're here on CR 25016-014. Two counts of domestic violence, one disorderly conduct, one assault, and one kind of false reporting.
Say two counts.
There's one, yes, sir, it's one count of disorderly conduct, one count of assault, and then one count of false reporting. Give me 1 second here, sir. All right, sir, I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear. You need to come to court on December 4th at 10:30 in the morning, all right? And that's Pima County Justice Court. You understand, sir?
Yeah. What's that?
I said, I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear for court on December 4th at 10:30 in the morning. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Rivera Ricardo, here.
Am I holding on to all of them? Sir, your name?
Ricardo Rivera.
All right, Mr. Rivera. I'm seeing you on misdemeanors out of Green Valley Justice Court. Give me 1 second and I can tell you what they are. All right, one count of domestic violence assault, one count of domestic violence disorderly conduct. All right, sir. I'm gonna order you have no contact with Cecilia Ortega or return to the incident location. Do you have somewhere else you can go?
Yes.
So again, you got to go somewhere else. I'll release you on your promise to appear at your arraignment on December 4th. That judge could modify this order so that you could have contact with her, but right now you can't. So if you go to the location, you have contact with Miss Ortega and the police are called, you're in violation of the court's order and that's another charge. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Thank you.
Rodriguez, Cassandra,
Ma'am, please state your name.
Cassandra Rodriguez.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez. I'm seeing you on CR 25016-019. This is a justice court case. It's one count of domestic violence disorderly conduct and one count of domestic violence assault. Give me 1 second here, ma'am. All right, ma'am. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You'll have court on December 4th at 10:30 in the morning with Judge Foreman in Justice Court.
Okay, thank you.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, you're excused.
Thank you.
Sosa,
Please state your name.
Joe Sosa.
Apologies, sir. Give me 1 second. I'm getting an error message on my computer over here. It's my fault. All right, Mr. Sosa, I'm seeing you on a Sarita court case. It is one count of domestic violence disorderly conduct and one count of domestic violence assault. All right, Mr. Sosa, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at court on December 30th in Sarita. It'll be at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sir, excused.
And Mr. Wright?
Sir, please state your name.
Randall, right?
Okay, Mr. Wright, I'm seeing you on CR 25016-016. This is one count of possession or alteration of a sales receipt. Sir, it looks like you're being held on there on a felony matter as well as a probation hold. I'm not sure if it's the same case or not. I'm going to hold you on a $100 cash or secured bond. That way you're getting some time credit. I'm also going to appoint an attorney for you. Give me 1 second to find the name. I'm going to appoint William Parvin to represent you, sir. Set court on November 25th at 1 p.m. Okay, sir. With that, your excuse, okay? Misdemeanor, now in city court misdemeanor, right? Should be. Hmm? Sir, your name?
My name is Marcelino Laporin.
Right. Thank you, Angela. All right. Mr. Labarine, I'm seeing you on CM 250-43272. Actually, I'm sorry, Mr. Labarine. JL, do we have other Tucson City Court misdemeanors present? Or is it just Mr. Labarine?
I'm sorry, can you just repeat that one more time?
Do we have other individuals behind Mr. Labarine waiting for an initial appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
Your Honor.
Yeah, thank you. All right. For those of you who can't see me but soon will, this is your initial appearance. We're going to go over your charges. But first, you've got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some cases, an attorney might be appointed for you. If you're released from jail and do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss the charges, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement as well as information in the court's file. All right, Mr. Labarine, I'm seeing you on CM 250433272, as well as CM 250433304 and CM 250433305. These are charges of assault, disorderly conduct, criminal damage, disorderly conduct, and again, criminal damage. Sir, I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash or secured bond. Order that you have no contact with your mother. You do not return to 1503 West Niagara Street. and I'm going to appoint the city PD office to represent you. We'll do a video review hearing on December 2nd at 1:45 PM in front of Judge Mayhew.
Sir, I am looking to get back with my mother. I'm trying to see if she's gonna allow it because she's working, trying to work with me to take care of my 7 pets at her household, and I'm just really trying to stay in like rational society.
All right, speak to your attorney about that. I've appointed the city PD to represent you. All right, sir? Talk to them about how you can reconcile with your mother.
Okay,
All right, sir, you're excused.
take it.
Well, then I'm sorry. With Russell?
Sir, your name?
Last name Russell, first name Maximilian.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. This is time for your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on CM 25043300. Charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, two charges of that.
Yeah.
All right, sir, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at future court dates. You've got court on December 22nd at 2 PM in front of Judge Maldonado. This is also time for your arraignment, sir. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to plead you not guilty, sir. If you fail to appear at a future hearing, trial could go forward in your absence. Sorry, bond could issue, and if you fail to appear at trial and fail to appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. All right, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir, excuse me.
Thank you.
You'll get it once, this thing is over.
What happened to Mr. Johnson? Huh? Okay. Why? Huh? Okay. Okay. Certain.
No, it's just.
Mr. Johnson? All right. Mr. Johnson, we're gonna go over your charges, but first you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. In 1 second, sir. John, I've got Mr. Johnson here on a Tucson City Court misdemeanor.
Correct.
Okay, just want to make sure that you're not sitting there to do a felony case here.
No, Your Honor, I'm simply preparing for the next case, which probably.
Okay.
Thank you.
Didn't mean to scare you, Mr. Johnson. All right, sir, so you've got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some cases, an attorney might be appointed. If you're released from jail and didn't appear at a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss your charges and review your release conditions, know that I've received information from law enforcement as well as information on the court's file. So, sir, I'm seeing you on CM 25043303. This is 1 count of assault, domestic violence, 1 count of criminal damage, 1 count of disorderly conduct, domestic violence. I'm going to hold you on a $750 cash or secured bond. Order no contact with Danielle Yelling, and you may not return to the address on 2666 North Alvernon, apartment B107. I'm going to appoint the city PD to represent you, sir. This is also your arraignment. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. If you do fail to appear for hearings, trial could go forward in your absence. If you're convicted and fail to appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. You understand all that, sir?
I do, Your Honor, because I'm unable to afford a bond at this time, and I would like to be able to work to pay any damages that I have to for the crime that had happened, fixing the window. If there's any way you can let me out my cognizance, I'll be able to get back to work and get this taken care of, and it's matter quite pretty fast. That way I can just move on.
Your city PD can file a motion with Judge Millian to have you released on a lower bond, but for today, you're going to be held on $750, sir. You're excused. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what you wanna, right? Yes, sir. Your Honor, this is the jail. Was the court ready to see the Swahili speaker?
Absolutely. We have an interpreter?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Gentlemen of the jail, please state your name for the record.
Majina yako?
Simon Mkumbilo.
Sema na sauti.
Simon Mkumbilwa.
Simon Mukumbirwa.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Mukumbila, I'm seeing you on CM25043269.
Bwana Mukumbirwa, uko hapa kwa ajili ya nambari 23065.
I'm going to go over your charges with you, but first you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you.
Naenda kukusomea mashtaka unayoshtakiwa, lakini cha kwanza una haki ya kukaa kimya kwa sababu kila kitu utakachosema kinaweza kikatumika kukushtaki.
You have the right to hire an attorney. In this instance, I'll also be appointing the Tucson City Public Defender's Office.
Uko na haki ya kupata wakili ama avokaa wako, lakini katika mashtaka haya mahakama itakupatia wakili wa kukusaidia wa kutoka kwa mahakama ya City Court.
If you post your bond and do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest.
Ukiweka dhamana au pesa ya kulipa ili uachiliwe na halafu ushindwe kufika mahakamani, hiyo pesa itashikiliwa.
All right, sir. At this time, I'm going to hold you on a $100 cash or secured bond.
Kwa sasa utakaa ndani na ili uweze kutoka nje lazima ulipe $100.
If you post bond, you cannot return to 3700 North First Avenue.
Ukilipa hiyo pesa utoke nje, hauruhusiwi kurudi kwa hii anwani ama adrese ya 3700 ya North First Avenue. Hautaruhusiwa kurudi huko.
At this time, you also may not have any contact with Simon Gihome.
Kwa sasa pia hauruhusiwi kuzungumza au kuonana na Simon Gihome.
My understanding is that is the name of your son.
Ili ni jina la kijana wako?
I'm gonna.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna set court on December 2nd at 1:45 p.m.
Utarudi mahakamani tarehe 7 mwezi wa 12 saa 7:45.
That's in front of Judge Verena.
Hapo ni mbele ya hakimu au Judge Verena.
You will be able to modify these conditions that I set in terms of no contact with Mr. Gihome and not returning to the address at 3700 North First Avenue.
Huyu Judge ndo ataweza kubadilisha labda ili uweze kuonana na kijana wako, na pia labda anaweza kukuruhusu rudi kwa hii adrese ya 3700 North First Avenue.
Also have an attorney who can set up a conversation with you as well as with an interpreter to explain what's going on today.
Pia utakuwa na wakili au avoka ataweza kukuelezea kila kitu na ikibidi atakupatia pia mkarimani.
All right, sir, this is also your arraignment. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf.
Kwa sasa haujakutwa na haya mashtaka unashtakiwa. Sahi jiji amesema ya kwamba haujakutwa na haya mashtaka.
If you fail to appear for hearings, not only could a warrant issue, but trial could go forward in your absence.
Ukitoka nje alafu ushindwe kufika mahakamani, kutatolewa na amri ya kukushika.
If you're convicted and fail to appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal.
Kesi yako ikipelekwa kwa jaribio alafu ushindwe kufika, utashtakiwa kama haupo, na ukikutwa na mashtaka hutaweza kukata rufaa.
Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Asanteni, umemaliza kwa leo.
Kujibu kidogo.
Unasema?
Naweza kujibu.
Can I say something?
You can. This is being recorded and anything you say can be used against you, but you may, sir.
Unaweza ukaongea, lakini kumbuka ya kwamba wanarekodi haya mahojiano, kila kitu utakachosema kitatumika kukushtaki.
Ndio. Mimi kwanza nasema hivi, hapo kwanza mimi ule mtoto anaikala, mimi ndio mwenyewe niko nalipia nyumba. Ile yenyewe mtoto anaikala. Ya pili, mimi sina kazi, sio kama ile $100 nitaitosha wapi?
First of all, I'm the one who pays rent at that address. Secondly, I'm here in jail. I don't have a job. How am I going to afford $100 bond?
So at this time, I'm not going to modify what I've ordered, sir. Talk to your attorney. They can address that with Judge Verena.
Kwa sasa hautatolewa hii dhamana uliyowekewa. Uongee na wakili wako, ataweza labda kuongea na jiji katika kesi hii Verena, pengine wanaweza wakabadilisha haya.
Sasa mtamwona wakili aje.
How am I going to see my attorney?
You can contact your attorney. Their number will be on the paperwork you're going to get from the jail.
Kuna makaratasi watakupatia, namba yake itakuwa kwa hayo makaratasi.
And they'll be notified by the court that they are appointed to represent you and that you need an interpreter.
Na pia wakili wako atajulishwa na ataambiwa ya kwamba utahitaji mkarimani.
Ndio.
Okay.
Nilikuwa nataka kwa hiyo makaratasi baniandiki na siku ya kwenda huko mahakama juu nipate kuhakikisha. Unajua kila mtu anataka nasaulika.
Is the jail paperwork going to have my next court hearing? Because I don't want to forget.
It will, sir. Yes.
Ndio, watakuwa wameandika tarehe na muda wa kuenda mahakamani.
Ndio.
Okay.
All right, sir. Good luck. You're excused.
Umemaliza?
Namaliza.
Unaweza ukaondoka.
Makaratasi nitaipata aje?
Where is the paperwork?
You'll get a
Hapo ndani ya jela watakupatia.
Hapo nje jela. Sawa, nasikia.
May the interpreter be excused?
You may, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, your name?
Go again.
Carlos Havercorn.
Mr. Havercorn? We're going to go over your charges, but first you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You've got the right to hire an attorney. I'll be appointing an attorney to represent you. If you're released from jail and don't appear at a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss your charges and your release conditions, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement as well as a file. I've heard what the state would like, and I'm going to listen to your attorney as well. All right. You've got someone sitting right next to you right there. Let me pull up your file here. All right, sir. So I'm seeing you on CR 250159997, one count of burglary, one count of domestic, or two counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. My inclination right now, counsel, is to hold Mr. Havercorn on a $5,000 cash or secured bond. Do either party wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
Sean?
Your Honor, I recognize that the probation hold is in place, so any low bond is fine.
All right, sir. So we'll hold you on that $5,000 cash or secured bond. You have a probation hold, so even if you post that bond, you're not going to be released. So I would, suggest you don't post it. No contact with the alleged victims in this case, and if you are released, you can't return.
And who are the alleged victims? Because, so to tell you the truth, sir,
Well, I wouldn't. So hold on. I'll tell you who the alleged victims are. But I wouldn't say more than that.
well, the thing I was gonna say is that I just barely found out about, I didn't even know I was facing any new charges. I thought it was just probation violation.
So according to the interim complaint, the alleged victims in this case are Daniela Havercorn and Adriana Havercorn, and a minor age victim whose name I don't know, but whom Adriana is listed as the legal representative of. So, sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, and you'll have court on December 4th at 1:30. That court is unlikely to go. Speak to your attorney about that, all right, sir?
Okay.
All right, sir, you're excused.
All right, there's your public defender's phone number. They'll come to visit you as soon as they can.
All right. Thank you.
See right there?
Yes, sir.
There's an last name, make sure you give me your full name, okay?
All right. How you doing?
Sir, please state your name.
Trayvon Holyfield.
All right, Mr. Holyfield, I'm seeing you on a couple of cases. I'm seeing you on a felony, CR 25016-005. That's one count of child abuse, one count of ag DUI. These are two counts of ag DUI. I'm also seeing you on a failure to appear for a misdemeanor matter at a city court. That's CM 2502-7582. Before we begin, you got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some instances, an attorney might be appointed for you. Before we discuss your charges and release conditions, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement, the court's file, as well as information from the state, and I'll hear from your counsel sitting right next to you. All right, counsel, my inclination was to hold Mr. Holyfield on a $5,000 cash or secured bond on the felony matter with release to pretrial services if you post bond. Does either party wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm asking you to release him to pretrial services directly, and the reason is he has no prior felonies. He has no prior DUI charges. He is a long-term resident of this community with full-time employment, but without the means to pay a bond at this time. And so for those reasons, I believe that he can be trusted to come to court on his own, and he should be released to pretrial services supervision.
Your Honor, the state would report and indicate that this court has already noted that this individual has a history of failure to appear. And given the allegations of a PVT just shy of 0.3, tenure in the community has very little to do with the risk that he poses to a most vulnerable victim.
All right, I've heard what both counsel said, sir. I'm going to hold you on that $5,000 cash or secured bond with release to pretrial services if you post that bond. Y'all have court dated November 24th, of December 4th.
Yeah, I got that the DB because they said I had a warrant out. And so I called the city or the downtown, and they set it up for December 4th for the, I guess they tried to reach out to me. I didn't know that they reached out to me. It was my first time ever being, in jail. I'd never been in the system ever before. So when they told me I had a warrant, they had me go down and they had me read. I called and they had me schedule it. It wasn't something like I was trying to just ignore or anything like that.
Give me 1 second, Mr. Holyfield.
Yes, sir. single dad, man. I work for the city itself too, so I ain't trying to.
So, sir, I don't know about a December 4th court date. I've got the city court file here.
Yeah, I just talked to him before I came in here. I have it in my phone, and I have the the lady gave me a court date of the 4th. So I guess I missed the court hearing. They told me the first time I came in here that I was good, and then when I got pulled over maybe like a couple weeks ago, and the officer just gave me like a little warning. But he told me that I had a warrant, so that he was like, "You need to go ahead and call." So I called, and they rescheduled it for the 4th of December.
Okay, give me 1
The
second.
one that I oh yes, sir.
So I mean, he did have a motion to quash him earlier, but. So, I mean, the warrant already been quashed, he's being seen. So if that's.
So, sir, that warrant, it appears has been quashed now. I'm gonna hold you on a $100 bond. Cash is secured. I'm gonna appoint the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. This case will be in front of Judge Bond. You'll have a video review hearing on December 2nd
But
at 1:45 p.m. So this is also the time for your arraignment on the city court case. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. If you fail to appear for your city court case, trial could go forward in your absence. And not only could a warrant issue for your arrest, but if you're convicted and don't appear for sentencing in the 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal, sir.
Good.
All right, sir, you're excused.
thank you much.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, we got a lot of folks to go through, man.
Just ask one of the. Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Holyfield's rather new to the process. I suspect.
If we had a short calendar, that'd be fine, but this is the lengthy calendar already. So your name?
Salvador.
Salvador, we're gonna go over your charges, but first, you got the right to remain silent. You say it can't be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. I'll be appointing an attorney in this case. If you're released from jail and don't appear at a future time, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss your charges, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement, the court's file, as well as information from the state. I'll hear from your attorney as well. Let me pull up your file, sir. So, sir, I'm seeing you on CR 25016-023. This is one count of possession of a dangerous drug, one count of possession of a narcotic drug, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia. So you've also got some city court cases here, man. I'm seeing you on CM 25028-681. charges of criminal trespass and possession of drug paraphernalia. It's on the felony case. I don't know if you got a drug problem or not. I don't know if you want to be sober or not. On the felony case though, you might be eligible for STEPS. That's a pre-indictment diversion program. If you go through the process the STEPS court requires, which is drug treatment programs, the state will dismiss your felony case. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, sir. So I'm going to set a STEPS hearing on December 1st at 9 a.m. I'm going to release you to pretrial services on that case. I apologize. Did either counsel wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Sean. So, sir, you got to go to that court date, all right? If you don't go to that December 1st court date, you're not going to get into the pre-indictment diversion program. You'll be back in jail again on another warrant, and then I'll have to hold you on a bond, and we'll go through the criminal process. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing on January 8th. You can ignore that date, quite frankly. Talk to your attorney, okay? That's the date the state has to indict you, but my hope is you're actually going to go to court on December 1st at 9 a.m. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. And I already said, if I didn't say so, sir, you're released to pretrial services too. Just give them a call, all right? Just check in with them. Give them your phone number. That way they can contact you if you got a court date.
All right.
Oh, no, I got the wrong year here, 2026. So, sir, I'm also seeing you on some city court cases, like I said. I mean, you've had warrants before. I'm hoping that you go to this court date on December 1st, man, and start getting into some programs for drug treatment. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear for city court as well. I'm going to set a hearing date for city court on December 22nd at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Hale. You can't go to any place where you've been trespassed from. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, man. So, sir, this is all time for your arraignment on the city court case. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter plea to not guilty in your behalf. If you fail to appear at a hearing, warrant could issue for your arrest. If you fail to appear at trial, you can go for an absence. If you don't appear for sentencing within 90 days and you're convicted, you'll lose your right to appeal. Understand all that, sir?
Yeah.
All right, you'll get paperwork for all this information, all right, sir?
Yeah.
All right, sir, you're excused.
That's the hearing, December 1st. Make sure you're okay. You're getting out to pretrial services. You got to stay in touch with them.
Oh.
Right.
Please do. Can I step back and get some water? I can do it. Are you sure? Okay. You just fill it. Thanks. Thank you, Mari.
You can ask for your name, so we will. Okay.
So your name?
Alexander Joseph Amoroso.
Mr. Amoroso, give me 1 second. Sean, I see some other individuals that are waiting their turn. Do you know how many we have back there?
Maybe a dozen or more.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time for your initial hearing. We're going to address your charges and your release conditions, but first, you all have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney in some instances, and if you're here on a felony, I'll be appointing an attorney for you. You also have Mr. Coulter sitting right on your left-hand side. He's going to be assisting you for these proceedings. If you are released from jail or you bond out and you don't appear at a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss the charges, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement as well as from pretrial services. I've read what the state's recommending, and I will listen to both counsel make arguments on your behalf or against you.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Amoroso, you're here on CR 25016-004. I just closed my screen. My mistake. This is one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon occurring on November 23rd of 2025. State, I understand I understand your request for your recommendation. My inclination is to release Mr. Amoroso on to pretrial services with no contact for the alleged victims and no returning to the incident locations. Does either party wish to be heard further?
No, Your Honor.
Neil?
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you, Neil. So, sir, I'm going to release you. You've got court on December 15th.
December 15th.
Yes, sir. You'll get paperwork here
Um,
at 1:30. Hold on, sir. At 1:30 p.m. I'm going to be appointing the Pima County Public Defender to represent you. You got to call pretrial when you're released. You may have no contact with the alleged victims. You may not return to the incident location. All right, sir?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
The mall, I go to the mall, is that still okay? Cause I have to walk past that area, but as long as I don't contact them, I'm still allowed to go to the mall and walk around, yes?
Hold on, sir. No, sir, you can't go to the mall. This happened in the T-Mobile store at the mall. No, sir. You can't go to the mall anymore. Not until this case is resolved or a future judge changes that order.
Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
Verify so I don't end up getting myself into any more trouble.
I appreciate you asking that, sir.
Okay.
Correct, Your Honor. Probably going to be changed.
Okay.
So you got to stay in touch with your lawyer.
I'm sorry, Neil.
I said nothing, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
Excused.
Baker? Haven't seen that brown pictures? Gone.
Hello, Judge. I have to see. Okay.
Sir, you okay? Can you please state your name, sir?
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is Judson Baker. He's known to me because I represent him in his other matter.
Thank you, Sean. Mr. Baker?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm seeing your initial appearance. This is on CR 25016-0003. This is one count of domestic violence, aggravated assault, strangulation. All right. Sir, my inclination is to hold you on a $10,000 cash secured bond. John, did you want to be heard?
I would, Your Honor, yes. Your Honor, as I said, Mr. Baker's well known to me. In his other matter, we have been awaiting a restoration to competency program for over a year at this point. He is severely mentally ill. I have no doubt that he will be ultimately found to be not restorable to competency and will have that charge dismissed. But he's been awaiting that program for over a year at this point. And certainly that case would have been dismissed by now, if not for the extreme delay. So I'm asking you to go ahead and release him to pretrial services supervision. And the plan would be that he would go to CRC at this point, that he needs some immediate intervention and probably some sort of.
I misspoke. Neil, I see that, man. I'm sorry. I had a different file underneath this one and I grabbed your wrong request. John, I'm going to hold him without bond pursuant to the state's request. Contact the county, maybe you can speak to the county attorney and see what you all can agree on. But right now I've got to hold him without bond pursuant to the state's request in Article 2. He's going to have a no bond hearing set on November 26th at 2:30 p.m. I hope you all can work something out to protect the victim and to help Mr. Baker. So, Mr. Baker, I'm going to hold you no bond. You have a hearing on November 26th at 2:30 PM. Sean will be there to represent you on that case, and to fight for your interests, sir.
The courtroom downstairs, I'll see please. Out that way, out that way. Vicky, police.
Sir, your name?
Taylor Vici.
Mr. Dickey. I'm seeing you on CR 25016-022. This is one count of ag DUI. My inclination is to release you to pretrial services. Does other party wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so sir, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. You call them when you get out of jail, all right? You're going to have a court date on December 15th at 1:30 PM. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You got to do what pretrial says. I know alcohol is illegal for you. You can't have it right now. No alcohol, unless the court changes that order. If pretrial wants to test you for alcohol and you've got alcohol on you, they'll tell the judge that you're violating their conditions of release, and he can hold you, he or she, whoever your next judge is, can hold you in jail. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir. So I'm appointing the PD's office to represent you. Did you understand the risks of not appearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, your constitutional right to remain silent?
No, sir.
All right, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
he does invoke that right, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, sir, you're excused then.
You're good. You're just gonna have a seat. I'm bringing another. Oh. Chair, you have to come down this way, sir. Have a seat in this brown chair, please.
Sir, please state your name.
Julian Dicochea?
Your Honor, this is going to be dismissed without.
Cornelia, you're dismissing the felony?
This, what I see for Mr. Dicochea is he's been charged with possession of narcotic drug, possession of paraphernalia. Given the information in the interim complaint, the state is at this time dismissing this matter without prejudice.
Sean, I assume there's no objection.
Your Honor, I have no objection, but I do want to clarify that we're talking about case CR 2025-5177 as well as the November 24th complaint.
One moment. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong screen. One moment. We've got Dicochea on.
He's got three matters, Neil. He's got a city court matter, and I'm speaking to you too, sir, okay? But you've got the right to remain silent, so don't say anything, all right? You've got a city court matter, a justice court matter, as well as a superior court matter.
The only I have any purview over is the superior court matter, Your Honor, and what I see is that Mr. Dicochea on this drug charge was caught with, one moment, a rather de minimis amount of narcotics, unless I missed something this morning.
No, yeah, so he was picked up on a warrant, Neil. When he was picked up on the warrant, it looks like he had alleged fentanyl in his possession, 7 pills. Are you dismissing that case?
That is the one we're dismissing here.
Thank you, Neil. All right, so give me 1 second to pull up the correct case, sir.
To be blunt, I'm not often aware of the other.
I understand, Neil. I got 2 screens here and some paper files. All right.
Understood, Your struggling chains.
Give me 1 second here, Neil. All right, Mr. Dicochea, so you only have 2 matters now. Those new charges for the 7 blue pills, that case has been dismissed by the state. If they can refile it, but for now it's been dismissed.
Yes,
So
thank you.
let me pull up your other current case. All right, you've got an arraignment scheduled for December 1st, man. I'm the arraignment judge on December 1st. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna release you to pretrial services.
Okay.
If you don't call them, then on December 1st, I'm gonna issue a warrant for your arrest.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
So, well, actually, let me rephrase. On December 1st, at 1:30 PM, you gotta come to court. If you don't come to court, I'm gonna issue a warrant for your arrest. You also need to call them, okay? Because if you don't call them and you come to court, I still might change my bond conditions, right? You've got some issues with failing to appear in city court is what it appears. This is now a felony. You got to appear. So December 1st, 2025, 1:30 PM in Pima County Superior Court. I'm gonna appoint the public defender to represent you, but call pretrial and they'll tell you exactly where and when to go if you forget, all right? On your city court matter, sir. I'm seeing you on CM 25015-418, CM 2502-0072, CM 2503-0388, CM 2503-7661, and CM 2503-9173. These are all failure to appears, man.
I understand, Judge.
I know there's a lot going on right now. You've got one court date for all these city court cases. I wish I could add it to the felony case, but I can't. So you've got one court date for the felony case. You got one court date for your city court cases.
Okay.
I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear at those court dates. I know you've had this done a lot. Thank you. The Tucson City Court's telling me you've actually never been arraigned on the city court cases. So maybe you haven't been through this a lot. Maybe this is all new. I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear on January 5th. So next year, January 5th at 2 PM in front of Judge Cranshaw. You're gonna get paperwork of this information, sir.
Okay.
All right, because it's your arraignment on the city court case, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. I'm gonna presume you innocent, plead you not guilty at this time. If you fail to appear, not only could a warrant issue for your arrest, but trial could go forward in your absence. If you don't appear for trial within 90 days of sentencing, if you're convicted, you might lose your right to direct appeal. A lot of information, sir. Call your attorney, okay? Call your felony attorney. They can't advise you the city court case, but they can tell you what the law is.
Okay.
All right, sir, you're excused. I didn't mark. Oh, there's no felony hold there. Never mind.
Battle? Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning, so your name?
Angel Gago.
Mr. Gago, I'm seeing you on a few
Nice to meet
cases
you.
here. You too, sir. I'm seeing you on one count, or sorry, I'm seeing on CR 25016-007, one count of possession of narcotic drug, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia. I also see that you've got a probation violation warrant and you've
Yes,
got a
sir.
hold with adult probation.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, unless other party objects, I'm going to hold you on a $1,100 cash or secured bond
Okay.
and set a steps hearing on December 1st at 9 AM. I don't know if you're going to be eligible for that, sir. You may or may not be transported for that hearing. If you're transported, certainly go to the hearing, sir, all right?
Oh, yes, of course. But you said there was a cash bond for that?
Well, yeah,
What
but
was
if you $1,100 cash or secure, but if you post a bond, you'll just be, you won't be doing
Waiting.
yourself any favors.
Okay, so I'm gonna be waiting until December 1st, no matter what.
No matter,
Great.
and beyond that, man, you're gonna be waiting until your probation case is done. Your attorney, whoever that is, can help you with that. On this new case, I'm gonna point to PD. It'll be the same public defender you currently have, or should be at least. On your city court case, I'm gonna release you I'm going to release you so that you can have a non-transport review hearing. So the city public defender will deal with this case without your presence. Maybe not take care of it for you, okay? I understand it's on a DUI. You didn't do some classes is what they're alleging. So you have a
Right.
non-transport review hearing on December 19th at 9 AM. City PD is appointed. And you're held on that $1,100 cash or secured bond on the felony case. Did you understand your risks on appearance, sir, as well as the rights?
A little, it's a little gray. Can I talk to my lawyer?
Of course.
For that, or
Yes, it does. Also sign somewhere below it.
Your Honor, Mr. Gago understands his rights and invokes his rights.
Thank you, John. Your excuse, sir.
thank you, sir.
Give this a-
Recording.
Miss Gilmore, you're gonna come straight down this way, have a seat, and I'll check this.
Your Honor, I need a brief moment with Ms. Gilmore before we begin.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, Ms. Gilmore needs to be continued until tonight. She has a residence that needs to be verified and she needs to be interviewed by pretrial services for that purpose. So I'm asking for a continuance till tonight.
I will do that. All right, Ms. Gilmore, this case is continued until tonight at 7 PM or whenever it is.
Mr. Harmon? I've seen that right there, please.
Okay. So your name?
Christopher Harmon.
All right, Mr. Harmon. I'm seeing you on CR 25015-998. This is one count of domestic violence, aggravated assault, strangulation. My inclination is to hold Mr. Harmon on a $50,000 cash and secured bond. Does either party wish to be heard?
Yes. No, Your Honor. I'm asking you to release Mr. Harmon to pretrial services, and I would point out he's a long-term resident with employment. This has been confirmed by pretrial services. He has family support apart from the victim. That's his mother, also confirmed by pretrial services, and a residence with her. He has no history. Pardon me, I'm looking at the wrong record when I say that. Strike that last.
Yes,
But for those reasons, Your Honor, I'm asking you to release him to pretrial services.
thanks, John. I hear what your counsel is saying, sir. My concern and the reason I'm holding you on a $50,000 cash and secured bond is because you were served with an order of protection. So my concern is that the court's orders aren't all that relevant given the initial appearance or given the information provided to me from law enforcement. If you post this bond, I'm going to again order you no contact with the alleged victim. You can't go back to the incident location. You may not possess firearms. If you own any firearms, you got to surrender those firearms to TPD or PCSO. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You've got court on on December 4th at 1:30 PM. That hearing likely will not go, sir. Speak to your attorney about the next steps. If that's where you're excused.
Yes, Fernandez, Kimberly.
Ma'am, please state your name.
Kimberly Hernandez.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, I'm seeing you on CR 2506002, one count of possession of dangerous drug, one count of paraphernalia. I'm also seeing you on some city court matters, all right? On your felony case, ma'am, my inclination is to release you to pretrial services with the opportunity to do a steps hearing. Have you heard of steps before?
Yes.
Okay, you understand that it's a possibility to do treatment, drug treatment, and in exchange for that treatment, the state will issue charges.
Yes.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes, Neil.
the state has very strong concerns regarding this person's desire or ability to show up given 9 prior FTAs.
I know. Did you hear that, Ms. Hernandez?
Yeah.
Okay. You got a place you can go to right now?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, with my mom.
All right. If you can't go to your mom's, hold on. Okay. So I don't know you, ma'am. I don't know if you tell me the truth or not, and it doesn't matter to me, quite frankly. There's a facility outside of the jail. If you follow a blue line when you're released, it's attached to the jail. It's a center where they can help you find some housing resources, some drug treatment resources, that kind of stuff, okay? I'm gonna release you to pretrial services. You gotta call them. I'm gonna give you a steps hearing date of December 1st. Please go.
Okay.
It's at 9 a.m. in Pima County Superior Court. Call pretrial services for information, okay? You're gonna have a preliminary hearing scheduled for January, hey, waiting time.
Yes.
I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you on the felony matter. You can give them a call as well. They'll do anything they possibly can to assist you, ma'am. On your city court matters. I'm on CM 240336668, CM 2404240, CM 2500629, CM 2500629, and CM 2500833. It's a lot of numbers, and you're gonna get paperwork, okay, ma'am? Sorry, this goes on. It's also CM 250152560, CM 250175112, CM 250231777, CM 250260035, and CM 250325552. These are charges of possession of paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, criminal trespass in the 1st degree, possession of prescription drugs without a valid prescription, more charges of drug paraphernalia, and more charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. So all these court cases for city court are going to be the exact same time and place.
Okay.
We're going to be on December 30th. At 9 a.m. in front of Judge Mayhew. You cannot go to anywhere you've been trespassed from, all right?
Yes.
If you do go back there, not only could you get trespassed again, you might also face charges for violating a court's order.
Okay.
So ma'am, you're excused. Hold on. This is your arraignment on those charges. Not only could a warrant issue for your arrest if you don't appear, but trial could go forward in your absence. If you don't appear at trial and you're convicted and don't appear at sentencing, within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal.
Okay.
Please contact pretrial services, ma'am. All right, you're excused. I'm sorry, you know what, Sean, hold, I'm also gonna enter pleas of not guilty on the defendant's behalf on these cases, the city court cases. Sorry.
Bill, what's up?
Sir, please state your name.
Good morning, Sean Hill.
Mr. Hill, I'm seeing you on CR 2025-5135. This is a case from August 21st, 2024, sir. Charges of criminal damage and endangerment. Sir, my inclination is to release you to pretrial services. The other party wants to be heard.
No, Judge.
Judge,
All right, so, Mr. Hill, you got court next Monday with me at 1:30, okay? But it won't be in video, you'll be in person. I'm gonna release you to pretrial services too. They'll let me know if you had contact with them if you don't show up for any reason. If you don't show up, I'm gonna issue a warrant. But you gotta have contact with them too as well, all right? Which is like what, one phone call, man. It won't be that difficult.
Right.
Give me one second, Mr. Hill.
I'm sorry?
Give me 1 minute, man. All right, I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you as well. All right, sir, so court December 1st, you got a PD appointed. You gotta do what pretrial says and you gotta give them a call. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Monty Scott, Joshua?
Please do. So your name?
Joshua Matiskan.
I'm seeing you on CR 25015-999. 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of misconduct involving weapons, 1 charge of discharging a firearm in city limits, as well as a city court case for FDAs, failure to appears. Sir, my inclination is to hold you on a $3,500 cash and secured bond. Does either party wish to be heard?
yes, Your Honor.
Please kneel.
Your Honor, the state would ask for at least $75,000. It's been alleged that this person shot somebody in the leg over a petty argument over whether or not somebody was dating somebody. This isn't something rating such a low bond. This is somebody who was identified by the victims as having firearms and using them to shoot somebody in the leg.
Thank you, Neil. Counsel, Sean?
Your Honor, I agree with your assessment. I think the bond of $3,500 is appropriate, but no more. He's a long-term resident. He has full-time employment. He has no prior felony record, and the evidence outlined in the complaint is largely circumstantial here. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I believe your initial instinct was correct.
Sean, I must have either misspoke or you misheard me. My initial recommendation was a $35,000 cash bond.
I apologize.
I heard
I'm sorry, if you both heard 3,500, I absolutely apologize. My inclination was $35,000 cash. So Neil, did you still wish to be heard?
$35,000 cash only. No, the state has no further comment.
Sean, I'm sorry, I'll let you re-argue. I apologize.
I do still think for the same reasons, Your Honor, it should be much lower than that. No prior felonies for this young man, and certainly from that complaint, it appears that there are ample grounds to believe that the actual crime could have been committed by any number of other people. For those reasons, Your Honor, this bond should be set much lower than $35,000. My initial instinct was $5,000.
All right, thank you, Sean. Sir, your attorney who I'm appointing, the public defender's office or the legal defender's office can relitigate this bond with your judge at a future date with more information. If you do post bond, you can have no contact with the alleged victims. You cannot go to the incident location. You'll have court on December 4th at 1:30 p.m. That date is unlikely to go. Please talk to your attorney about that, all right? I'm also seeing you on CM 240455510. This is one count of shoplifting. It's a failure to appear on shoplifting. I'm going to release you, but only to set a non-transport review hearing. The city public defender's office will deal with this case in your absence if they can. Otherwise, they'll talk to you about that, all right?
Yes, sir.
So the non-transport review hearing date is going to be December 19th at 9 a.m. And the city PD is going to be representing you at that point in time.
Okay, Your
All
Honor.
right, sir. It's also your arraignment on the city case. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. If you don't appear, a warrant could issue. If you don't appear for trial and it goes forward in your absence, and you don't appear for sentencing within 90 days upon a conviction, you'll lose your right to appeal. But again, I'm setting a non-transport review hearing, so you will not go on that date. The city PD will discuss with you what happens at that case, all right?
Sure.
All right, sir, you're excused. Yeah. What was that, Angela? Okay, so then yes.
Martinez?
Dismissing it.
Mr. Martinez, please state your name.
Hey, Martinez Lane.
All right. Mr. Martinez Lane, this time for initial appearance. Were you in the courtroom when I went over your risk of that appearance as well as your constitutional rights?
I think so.
I'll go over again, sir. So, and for those of you who might also be in the back, yeah.
Your Honor, may I just interrupt? It was my understanding that Mr. Poston was intending to dismiss this without prejudice.
That is correct.
All right, sir. Then I will dismiss this case. It is dismissed without prejudice, sir. Hey, you're gonna go out of the jail today, right? I don't know if you got a drug problem or not. I don't know if you want to be sober. If you do have one, there is a transition center attached to the jail. They can help you with some resources if that's what you're seeking.
Okay, thank you.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Olvera, Luna?
Ma'am, please state your name.
Luna Overa.
All right, ma'am. I'm seeing you on CR 250160112. This is one count of domestic violence, aggravated assault. I see the state's recommendation of $50,000 plus pretrial services. Sean, do you want to be heard?
I do, Your Honor. I'm asking you for release to pretrial services. I believe that that because she has no prior felonies, she can be trusted to come to court. There's no history of failing to appear. And she has a residence apart from the victim that's already been confirmed by pretrial services. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I believe it's appropriate to release her to pretrial services.
Your Honor, the state would submit that given the brutality of these allegations, quite honestly, it looks like she beat her mother to a bloody pulp, it is alleged. In this case, a bond is appropriate.
I mean, Luna, I'm going to hold you on a $10,000 cash or secured bond, not just because of the incident, the allegations. It also looks like you have a misdemeanor probation matter with the same alleged victim. I'm going to appoint the public defender represent you, set a court hearing on December 4th at 1:30 p.m. That date is unlikely to go. Speak to your counsel about what that means. If you are released, no contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot go to the incident location. And with that, ma'am, you're excused. Sir, please state your name.
Michael Perez?
Mr. President, I'm seeing you on CR 25015-996. This is one count of possession of an narcotic drug, one count of possession of paraphernalia from April 8th of 25. Sir, the state's indicated that you're eligible for STEPS. Do you know what STEPS is?
Yes, I guess so.
Okay, so just to make sure, STEPS is a program where if you participate in the court's drug treatment programs, dismiss these charges. Do you want to do that?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, not to be pedantic, but just to be clear, we're saying he's eligible to be screened for STEPS.
I'm sorry. That's fair. Thanks, Neil. So the state's saying they're not sure if they're going to offer STEPS or not, but you can be screened for it. That screening would happen on December 1st at 9 a.m. Sean, if I release Mr. Perez, you okay waiving time?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So Mr. Perez, we're going to release you on your promise to appear for that STEPS program and for your preliminary hearing.
Okay.
So the STEPS program is on December 1st, or the STEPS screening is December 1st at 9 a.m. I'm going to appoint the legal defender to represent you and set a preliminary hearing date of January 8th. So next year at 1:30. The preliminary hearing is very unlikely. Well, it's not going to go. But talk to your attorney about what that court date means. Please contact pretrial services when you're released from the jail, and please go to that STEPS hearing on December 1st. That's the most important date, okay? December 1st, 9 a.m.
Okay.
All right, sir, you're excused. Say your name, please.
Harry Ruiz?
All right, Mr. Ruiz, were you in the courtroom when I went over the risks of that appearance as well as your constitutional rights?
Yes, sir.
You understand those, sir? You understand the risks of not appearing as well as your constitutional rights that I went over?
Yes, sir.
Right. Counsel, my inclination is to hold Mr. Ruiz on a $100,000 cash or secured bond. Does other party wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, I would just point out that the victim wants to have remaining contact with him, does not object to his release from custody, and is residing somewhere else, so will not have further contact with him at that residence. He has no prior felonies, and so for those reasons, I'm asking you to release him to pretrial services certainly if you think a bond's appropriate, it should be much, much lower than $100,000.
So, and counsel, I hear you. The reason I'm setting such a high bond is because the victim and the mother initially told law enforcement they believed that the defendant would come back to the residence and kill them and threatened a shootout with the police. If that's incorrect information, or if you have countering information from pretrial that you can verify with a future judge, that would be a good time to bring that up. Mr. Ruiz, I'm going to hold you on that $100,000 cash as secured bond. At this time, I'm going to order no contact with any of the alleged victims. You may not return to the incident location if you're released. Your attorney is a public defender. You're going to have a court hearing on December 4th of this year at 1:30 p.m. That court hearing is unlikely to go. Speak to your attorney about what all of that means, all right?
I realized. They usually do.
Sir. Mr. Smith? Please. Smith?
So your name?
Hey, Davion Smith?
I'm sorry, say Clevante Davian Smith?
Yes.
Okay, sir. I'm seeing you on CR 250160006. Let me say that again. CR 250160006. This is one count of domestic violence, aggravated assault. Sorry, my mistake. This is one count of aggravated domestic violence, one count of domestic violence, unlawful imprisonment. Sir, my initial thought is to hold you on a $5,000 cash or secured bond. Does the other party wish to be heard?
Your Honor, may I have a moment, Mr. Smith?
You may.
Your Honor, given the brutality of these allegations and the fact that they apparently occurred in front of a 5-year-old, the state would submit these are serious at a level that warrants something more in the neighborhood. If the court was initially inclined at 5, the state initially asked for 50. The state would ask for somewhere in the middle at 25.
Thank you, Neil.
Your Honor. Okay. All right. Hang on. Your Honor, given the court's inclination, unless it's changed, we'll submit on the record.
Give me 1 second, Mr. Smith. The court's going to hold Mr. Smith on a $5,000 cash or secured bond. Neil, I understand what you're saying. The charges maybe don't reflect, in my mind, the allegations in the interim complaint, so I'm not sure where the breakdown is. Mr. Smith, I'm going to hold you on this bond because of the court cases you currently have. or because of the prior convictions you have. I'm sorry. If you are released, you can't have any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot return to the incident location. You're also released to pretrial services. Do whatever monitoring they direct. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You've got court on December 4th. Sorry, December 15th. No, December 4th, because you're in custody. December 4th at 1:30 p.m., sir. That court date is unlikely to go. Speak to your attorney about what that means. Do you understand, sir?
He understands, Your Honor.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Neil. Your excuse, sir.
All right, Mr. Tingley, the receipt. See right there. Let's keep that open for a second.
May I have a moment with Mr. Tinsley, Your Honor?
No, please do. Oh, I see now. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah.
Too much about what day-to-day happened, that's not what this is.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're prepared.
Sir, please state your name.
Miss Darius Leroy Tinsley.
Tinsley, I'm thinking on CR 250160009. This is one count of. One second. One count of aggravated assault, with a deadly weapon, dangerous instrument. Were you in the courtroom when I went over the risks of not appearance as well as your rights, sir?
He was not, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. I'll be appointing the public defender's office to represent you in this case. If you're released from jail and don't appear at a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss the charges and your conditions of release, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement as well as information from pretrial services, and I'll hear from both the prosecutor and defense counsel regarding what they would like. So Neil, I see your recommendation for $60,000 plus pretrial services. Sean, do you wish to be heard? And Neil, let you respond.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm asking for a much lower bond, and certainly I understand the allegations are concerning. However, Mr. Tinsley is a long-term resident. He has full-time employment, and the allegations, he is adamantly refuting these allegations that this incident did not occur as it has been described in the complaint. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I'm asking you to set a much lower bond of $5,000. Give him an opportunity to post that and prove to the court that he would be able to get out of custody and fight these charges.
I get it over.
My inclination is to hold Mr. Tinsley on a $15,000 cash and secure. That's 15000. Neil,
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I was muted, Your Honor, if I may.
I was gonna let you respond, Neil. Go ahead.
Your Honor, what we have here is these allegations warrant a very substantial bond, given the fact that this is an alleged stabbing. This could have easily ended up much worse. And Your Honor, his tenure in the community really doesn't mitigate that in any way, shape, or form.
I understand that, Neil. Sir, I'm going to release you or hold you on a 15,000 cash or secured bond. I see that you were paroled in December and successfully completed parole for It appears to be a few months and then so you've been eligible for a year, but the allegations warrant a bond. So 15,000 cash or secured. We've got a court date of December 4th at 1:30 p.m. Hold on, sir. I'll let you speak if you want to, but speak to your counsel first.
Gee, that's fine.
Apologies for the delay, Your Honor. We're prepared.
Sir, if you are released, you can have no contact with the alleged victim. You can't go to the incident location. I am appointing the public defender to represent you. They can file a motion to modify your conditions of release and change that bond amount. They have more information that could help you to judge. Your excuse, sir. Sir, your name?
Principality.
I'm seeing you on CR 25016-024. This is one kind of position of narcotic drug, one kind of position of dangerous drug. I'm also seeing you on a city court case, a failure to appear for paraphernalia. And yeah, for possession of paraphernalia. Sir, were you in the courtroom when I went over risks of non appearance as well as rights you have? You understand?
Yes.
Understand those, sir?
Yes.
All right, sir. Sir, have you heard of the STEPS program?
I have.
All right, are you interested in that?
I have.
All right. Sir, I'm gonna set a STEPS hearing on December 1st at 9 a.m. You'll be screened at that time to see if you can do STEPS. My inclination, counsel, is to release Mr. Haluki, apologies, sir, to pretrial services. Other party which be heard?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir. So I'm gonna release you to pretrial services. Got to go to that STEPS hearing on December 1st at 9 a.m. Okay, you'll be screened at that time, and hopefully, you'll be able to participate. Okay.
Correct.
I'm gonna set a preliminary hearing of January 8th, unless counsel objects.
No objection.
Sir, that date is unlikely to go for a lot of reasons. Talk to your counsel about that. You'll have counsel at that STEPS hearing on December 1st, sir. Okay. If you need help in the meantime, there is a transition center outside of the jail. If you follow the blue line, you should see it. If you don't, ask for help. All right, sir? So on the felony case, sir, you're excused. You also have a city court case, though. Possession of paraphernalia. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You'll have court on December 18th. At 9 a.m. in front of Judge Bond. You'll get paperwork on this, sir, okay?
Okay.
Please go to that December 1st case for the STEPS. That will make everything so much better for you in the long run.
Okay.
All right, sir, you're excused. Oh, actually, sir, hold on. Before you're excused, this is your arraignment on the city court case. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter plea to not guilty on your behalf. If you fail to appear, Not only could a warrant issue, trial could go forward in your absence. If you're convicted at that trial and don't appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. Understand that, sir?
Yeah.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Woods.
Please state your name, sir.
Joseph Ray Wall the second.
All right, Mr. Woolen. You're here on CR 25016-008, possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of a dangerous drug. Were you in the courtroom when I went over the risks of not appearing for trial?
Yes,
Not appearing for hearings? Okay. And you know what your rights are?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Counsel, my inclination is to release Mr. Woolen to pretrial services. Does other party wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Woolen, you will also have a steps hearing on December 1st at 9 a.m. or a screening. I don't know if you're going to be eligible or not, but if you don't go, you absolutely will not be eligible. Sean, do you object to 45 days?
No objection.
So, Mr. Woolen, I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for January 8th next year at 1:30 p.m. That court date is unlikely to go. In fact, I can guarantee you it won't go. That's going to be the state's deadline to indict you on these charges if you either fail to appear at the steps hearing on the 1st of December, or if you're not eligible to be screened, or if you're not eligible for steps. On release to pretrial services, you got to do what they say and appoint the PD to represent you on that case, sir, okay?
Thank you.
All right, sir, you're also being seen on a probation violation out of city court. I'm gonna I'll release you. You can't have any contact with the alleged victims. I don't know who they are right now. Do you want to know who the state believes they are for the city?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the victim's name here is Kylie Collins. You may have no contact with Kylie Collins, understand?
Yes, sir.
Unless the court changes that, and the court could change that at your next hearing. And wherever that alleged incident, I guess it's not alleged anymore because you were on probation for it. So wherever that incident occurred, you can't go back there, understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're gonna see Judge Million on January 5th. At 2 p.m. Yeah. 1 second, sir. I apologize, sir. I got the date wrong. You actually have a date. You'll have a probation hearing date. On December 10th at 1:30 p.m. Understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll get paperwork with this information.
All right, thank you, sir.
Your excuse, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's that? You need to go over it? Hey, sir, before you leave, hey, Sean, hold on. Sorry, sir, this form's new to me. So you're also actually being seen on a petition to revoke your probation, all right? Let me read it to you, sir. Says the undersigned associate prosecuting city attorney alleges that on August 30th of 23, you were adjudicated guilty of domestic violence disorderly conduct. You were placed on unsupervised probation for 36 months. The city believes that there's reasonable cause to believe that you violated your conditions of probation by failing to enroll in domestic violence treatment and failing to attend a probation review hearing. One second, sir. Anything else?
Jeffrey Coach before if you wanted to, you think Jeffrey Coach.
Yeah.
If you got.
It's in the record. So it's a record is up to the Paul 10, right? No, it would be an entity.
So you're doing it right now. You could. You could enter it now, you could have to Jeffrey Coach. And then set a hearing before Judge Million, one of the same date.
What time will you, right?
Yeah.
All right, sir. I'm going to enter out denial on your behalf. I'm going to appoint Jeff Brinkowitz to represent you on those matters. I'm going to ask the clerk of city court to finish writing in your attorney's last name. I don't have the spelling in front of me. All right, sir, with that, you're excused.
Thank you. Right.
Pretrial services. Okay, see you.
Ma'am, your name?
Danielle Yaling.
All right, Mr. Yaling, I'm seeing you on CR 250160020. This is theft of means of transportation. Were you in the courtroom when I went over the risks of not appearing for hearings and your constitutional rights?
Yes,
You understand those?
yes.
Right. Ma'am, my inclination is to release you on your promise to appear, as well as to pretrial services. You got to contact them. Does either party wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. So ma'am, you're released to pretrial services. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You've got court on December 15th at 1:30. Please contact pretrial services when you're released, okay? They'll tell you about future court dates if you've forgotten. You'll also get paperwork. And you can contact your attorney in a couple of days. They'll have some name to give you, all right?
Okay.
All right, ma'am. You're excused. All right, counsel, I think that does it.
Your